presentation into three parts. I'll explain the introduction, Hani will explain the advantages and limitation of study, and Harpreet will explain the conclusion. First of all, I would like to explain what is green banking disclosure. According to institutional and corporate governance perspective, make an analysis of the motivations behind reporting processes on environment performance among banking institutions in Bangladesh. Publish reports on environmental impact arising from banking operations offer limited information on the institution's embrace of environmental friendly practices. Such published evidence is seemingly inefficient in comparison to the impact of the wide range of internal and external operations in the banking sector. Motivations remain crucial in green banking disclosure for the participating firms. According to reports from financial institutions offer insight of the prevailing disclosure practices. Regulations from the central bank are remain determinant influencing bank engagement in green banking disclosure. Reporting on corporate social responsibility practices among financial firms gives evidence of the widening scope of responsibilities captured in such reporting procedures. In addition to social and cultural benevolence, financial institutions have responsibility toward improvement of the environment. Now, Hani will.
Thank you, Mehru. My name is Hani. I'm going to proceed the next part. Advantage of the research. Improvement of the research studies already carried out on disclosure purpose among financial organizations. Fills gap in research left in prior research on disclosure process. Consideration and use of up-to-date and relevant source in analysis of disclosure practices. Applicability of the research finding to the contemporary managerial setting. Next, limitation of study. Lacking detailed reporting on the quality of green banking disclosure for considered organizations. Sole reliance on the literature review for determination of appropriate research practices. Less emphasis on the wider social factors influence on disclosure practices. Narrowed focus on banking institutions as bearing heavy pollutions in the environment. Improvement of research could focus on sectors of the economy with higher latent effects on the environment. The research method designs adopted for the purpose of data collections and analysis are appropriate. The advantage and the disadvantage on the research provide the balanced perspective on research in the given subject. Addressing the limitations presented in the article could result in the improvement of the research results and wider improvement in managerial practice for the contemporary setting. So now Harpreet will proceed the next part.
Honey. Now I'm going to proceed with the conclusion. The research findings offer crucial guidance on the role of managerial practice and external factors in green banking disclosure. Focus shift from sole concentration on managerial decision making as determinant of green banking reporting practices. Accounting for past and current organizational performance has mainly focused on the internal organizational environment. Hence, the findings in this research shed light on the importance of external factors as motivators towards disclosure practices in financial institutions. Accounting procedures should encompass organizations' effectiveness. Insofar as reduction of carbon footprint is concerned, in such an approach, the sustainability of procedures used in the accounting fields could make room for improvement changes recorded in the contemporary environment. Hence, the research made considerable contribution to accounting practices on organization impact on the environment. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.